What's going on with you guys, man? It's Grind Life Productions back at it again with another video. Hope you guys been doing good, and I hope you guys been taking care of yourselves and taking care of your mindsets. I want to propose the thought to you guys that we are still slaves. We are still slaves. It might not be in a way that you think of how slavery was back in the day, when they had us picking cotton and stuff like that off of like plantation fields and stuff. But although there are other aspects of slavery, like the jail system and how people get wrongly accused and they get hit with, like, I don't know, 20-30 years, and you already know what happens in jail. Like, they force you to work, like you literally got to work on license plates and stuff like that. There's a lot of innocent people out there in jail, but this is not what this video is about. We're still slaves because of all the degeneracy that's pushed, like, in the media. And it's so much craziness out here, and it influences people, and it makes people act a certain way because the higher ups, like the elites, they know what they're doing. The ones who control the media, they know what they're doing. They push all these crazy ideals to make the people go against each other. So it may not seem like people are slaves. It may seem like people have free will, but people are still destroying themselves. People are still destroying their morals. People are still not standing on anything. People are doing things that are just not right, like just not morally right. Some people, they just get to a point where they don't even care anymore. But honestly, I feel like we need to take our lives back into our own hands. We need to reject all of those ideals. We need to reject all that negativity, because all that negativity is just going to influence us to do more negative things. And it's going to get to the point where, doing all these crazy things doesn't seem like a bad thing. And, like, one example of this is, the hookup culture. Like, why is it that we have people out here sleeping with different people while some people are in relationships, some people are not in relationships, but they're still sleeping with multiple different people and still sleeping with those other people at the same time? It's crazy. And I'm not even say like I'm holier than thou, because I'm no perfect person at all. Like it was a couple of things that I did that I wasn't proud of, but I feel like I'm trying to bounce back from that, and I'm not trying to be that way anymore. Not to say that I'm coming for people who live like this, because like we all have like our own like skeletons like in our closet, so it's like there's that. But I'm just really thinking about it. I'm like, this is some really messed up stuff. Like playing with people's emotions, like it's not right. Messing up good people, it's not right at all. It's not right at all. I feel like we just need to develop like a sense of self-control, because when you lack self-control, you end up hurting other people because you can't control yourself. You can't control yourself because you're only thinking about yourself in a moment. And coming from a guy who's only thought about himself multiple different times in the past, it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. It may feel good in a moment before it happens, but when you actually get through it, and once that temporary high is over and done with, bro, you're just feeling stuck and you're feeling empty. You like, I thought I was winning. I thought I was doing good, but that's not helping at all. It's not helping. It doesn't help you feel good. It doesn't help you feel good. So it's like, I understand doing the right thing is hard, but it's better than hurting people, bro. It's better than hurting people, because you don't want to be the reason why somebody crashes out. You don't want to be the reason why somebody goes down a negative route. And you may not care about it right now, but over time, as you get older, and then you look how these people's lives has turned out, and then you think of the fact that maybe this could be because of me. You just feel horrible in the inside. So this is not a video to go back into the past and beat yourself up over every bad thing that you did, because we all do bad things, but how many people are going to bounce back from that? So this is not about that. I just want to change like the perspective. Like, I know what social media pushes, I know all the negative ideals that it pushes, but we don't have to subscribe to that. We don't have to subscribe to that. Although we may have limited free will, we still have free will, because nobody is forcing us to do these things. Yeah, they bombard us with all of these messages, they bombard us with all of these temptations and stuff like that, but we make a choice at the end of the day. You make a choice at the end of the day. You make a choice between being a good person and being a bad person every single day. You make that choice, and your choice, your decision is all up to you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And once you make that decision, all right, now it's time to rock out. Now it's time to ride. Let's see where it takes you. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. If it ends up in a place where you feel good and you did the right thing, and deep down you did the right thing, because you can feel like you did the right thing, but some time will pass later on, you'd be like, dang, bro, I shouldn't have done that. The regrets start rolling in. We don't want to live life with regrets. You don't want to live life with regrets at all. Understand, like, the the temptation can be strong out here, but you don't have to fold. You don't gotta fall. You don't gotta fall. You can do the right thing. You can do the right thing. It's okay to be strong. It's okay not to be a slave, because honestly, people out here who just be messing themselves up, people out here who just be destroying themselves, people out here who don't have any respect for themselves, that's on them. That's on them. You don't have to be like them. You don't got to be like them. Just because they're doing that doesn't mean that you should do it. Stop being a follower and be a leader. Even if you had family members that was going down the wrong path, and it seems like it's hereditary, and it seems like, oh man, my cousins did this, my uncles did this, my dad did this, so what's the harm in me doing it? No, it can change with you. It can all stop with you. You can put a stop to it. You can make the change. You can make the change. I feel like we need to focus on making the change, because that's the only way you won't be a slave. That's the only way you won't be a slave. You won't be a slave to the system that is designed to keep you down. Because we think that it's okay to destroy ourselves and morals because we have free will, but what sense does it make to freely do something that takes us down a negative path? What sense does that make? What sense does that make? Like, over time, I feel like we should just get to the point where we grow from these decisions, because if we keep on making these same decisions and we keep on saying, oh no, I'm gonna get it right next time. Oh no, I'm gonna get it right tomorrow. Oh no, I'm gonna get it right next week. Oh no, I'm gonna get it right next month. Oh no, I'm gonna get it right next year. No. Understand, being strong may feel like it's taking everything out of you, and it may feel like the clock is just ticking a little bit slower than usual, but trust me, time is still going. Time is going to go regardless whether you do something or whether you do nothing. So do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Like me and my friends, like, bro, we still on this no smoking challenge. We still on this no smoking challenge, bro. We trying to go the whole month without smoking weed. And it's September 19th. Plenty of times where I could have folded. Plenty of times where I could have gave up on myself. Plenty of times where I could have hit him up and said, you know what, man, I just can't do it, bro. I'm folding, bro. I can't do it. But he ain't sent me that message, and I ain't send him that message, because we still fighting on the front lines. We still going hard for what we believe in. And it may feel like it's a long time, but we still getting it done. We still getting it done all the same, because we're going to come out on top. We're going to come out stronger. We're going to come out mentally evolved. I really want to touch on a topic of, mentally evolving, mentally changing, recognizing all the things that you did in the past and choosing to do something different in the present. Because you know what it's like to fold to your temptations, but you don't know what it's like to be strong. I feel like we actually need to start challenging ourselves, because if we don't challenge ourselves, how can we change? How can we expect change? How can we dream of change? How can we speak about change if we're so busy like negating the change? If we're so busy avoiding the change? When the opportunity to change pops up, what sense does it make to run away from it? We need to embrace the change, because if you don't embrace the change, things will always stay the same. And it really makes me think. It really makes me think. I'm never going to get out of this situation if I don't fight back. Because me running away from that change, that's not fighting back. That's me accepting defeat. That's me, just taking those punches and not throwing anything back. I gotta do something. I can't just do nothing. Like, okay, I took an L before. I took an L twice in the past. I took an L 3 times in the past. But I have an opportunity to take a W right now. So we can leave it at 3. It doesn't have to turn into 4. For all you guys that's going through some things right now, and you feel like you about to fold, whatever it is, I don't know what you guys are going through, but don't fold. Don't fold. All those attempts that you made, leave it at that. Leave it at that. The last failed attempt that you made, leave it at that. This is the time where you win. This is the time where you turn up. This is the time where you change. This is the time where you stop being a slave. Because society makes it cool to be in a low vibration. Society makes it cool to give up on yourself. Society makes it cool to idolize others who have what you don't have. Society makes it cool to look up to other people when in reality you should be looking up to God and therefore, focusing on yourself. Society doesn't want you to focus on God because they know that if you focus on God, you'll really become a problem out here. You'll really be out here having it your way. Because if you really want to have it your way, you'll be righteous. You'll be a righteous man. You'll do the right thing. You'll do what's right if you really want to have your way. I'm just saying. Most of you guys, you may not be able to relate to this because you probably never tried doing the right thing. You probably tried doing the right thing, but the grind was probably getting like a little bit too much for you, I guess, if you want to say that, and you felt like you was about to fold. And then you came faced with a decision. It's like, do I give up now or do I keep on pushing? You chose to give up. So it just feels like it's pointless for you, but no, you can win. You can have it if you want it. If you really want it that bad enough, you can have it. You just got to make some sacrifices. And the sacrifices that you need to make are your old habits. Your old habits is what's keeping you down. Your old habits is what's holding you back. It's nobody else. Nobody else out here is holding you back. It's you. It's you. You're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back. When are you going to get to the point where you just say, you know what, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of just taking these L's. I'm tired of just, not being the man that I'm supposed to be, not being the woman that I'm supposed to be. Like, when are you going to get to that point? When are you going to lock in? Like, let's be real. When are you going to lock in? You sell these dreams like you're a used car salesman to all these people, but you're not really putting in the work. You're not really doing what you're supposed to do. We've become so in love with talking to the point where we forget what it feels like to actually take the action. We actually fear taking the action, but we make sure that we can talk the best game possible just to, give other people hope that we're still working towards something when behind closed doors, we're not doing nothing at all. It's crazy when you think about it, right? It's real crazy. We got to get serious with ourselves because nobody's waiting. We're getting older and older by the day. As the years goes on, we're not getting any younger. Because eventually, you're going to get to the point where, you're probably 22 right now, but you're going to get to the point where you're 32. You're going to get to the point where you're 42, 52, 62, 72. And then you'll look back at your old life, and then you might see a young person like that's 22 like at that time, and you'll be telling them, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Whole time, if you really focused in right now, if you're really locked in right now, you wouldn't have to live with those regrets. You can actually tell them not to do those things and actually show them what happens when you actually do the right thing. You can show them what it's like to be a success. You can show them what it's like to win. You can show them what it's like not to give into your lower nature. You can show them what it's like not to be a slave. You can show them differently. But it all depends on what you do right now. So don't just take this video, get motivated for like 3 minutes, and then continue to doom scroll and do absolutely nothing. Share this to somebody, share it to a friend, and get to work. Do something, bro. Do something with your life. Do a workout. Do something, bro. I don't know. Do some homework assignments. I don't know you guys in school, but do something productive, bro. Do something productive, bro. Improve yourself. The whole game is self-improvement. That's what we focus on. If it's not self-improvement, then what are we doing? But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say, man. So join the Discord if you haven't already. We being positive and we get into it every single day, man. We not stopping, bro. The consistency will never end, bro. We gotta uphold the consistency at all costs. But yeah, like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you rock with me. With that being said, this has been Grindline Productions, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.